Hey Virgo, welcome to Natural Mystic Messages. Uh, this is for, sorry, I had a complete brain freeze. I wonder if that is Virgo energy. I wonder if you're feeling a little deer in the headlight-ish. Okay, so first off, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We do tap in on love because I love to love. This is also for cross-watchers. There ain't no shame in the cross-watching game. You are very welcome here. Okay, so first off, I'm going to be pulling from the Romance Angels Oracle. We're going to get a quick idea of what's going on for you, or it could just be a pre-shuffle. It may not even come out in the tarot, but there is always a message that needs to be heard. Also, a little bit of housekeeping while I shuffle. My messages and my videos from this day forth, one will be a lot more organized. I don't mean to be so sporadic, but I do have 5 children and I work. But they will also start being timeless from this point on. I will label them with the month, and then once the month is ended, I will take the month away from the title, and the title will speak for itself. So if the message needs to be heard, it's there for anyone who wants to hear it. This was directed by my guide, so I'm just going to follow the lead. It's how I live life. They say it, I try it, we see what happens. Also, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it if you've got to this point. Just, it's a great way of supporting creators on YouTube. I don't have this channel monetized at the moment. I do this for the love of cards and the love of sharing my gift. And also, the more interaction I get on my channel, the further out these messages get. And that's why I do it. I do it because sometimes and I know myself, there have been times where I have felt really lost, and, you know, I've chucked a message has come up in my feed and I've hit play and I felt relaxed and at peace afterwards. So, you know, I like to share the love, and I like to help where I can, even if it's just in this way. Okay, we have calling in your soulmate. Keep an open mind, heart-to-heart conversations, and playfulness. Now, Virgo, as I sat down to shuffle the cards, I also, first of all, got told to pull from this deck. I haven't pulled any other decks apart from what I decided to read with this week, but Spirit has told me. First of all, while they were telling me to grab the other deck, I also heard very clearly, I wrote it down, what is it? Painful cycle is over, blessings are here. So we have inspiration. We're going to go one more, Spirit, saying ideas spark conception, impulse. And, oh, there we go. That flew out. We have visualization, imagination, focus, experience, manifestation. Now, just put those down. This goes hand in hand with calling in your soulmate. I feel like whatever cycle you have just closed out, whatever experiences you learnt during this time, that it's now left you ready to open up to love again. I feel like for a long time, while you wanted love in your world, while you wanted that experience, you were frightened. You were frightened of repeating the same mistakes that had came in the past. Spirit's also just butted in. I obviously must have used the wrong words. Spirit's saying it's not your mistake, it was your lesson, and you are not responsible for any of the actions of other people and what they did to you. So I apologize if that's how it came across. I feel like maybe you have seen this person in your dream space, or you energetically can feel them, or you feel like this person is close. Keeping an open mind, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. So that pretty much speaks for itself. If you're calling a soulmate in, expect them to come, but expect them to be exactly what the universe delivers you, and not probably the tall, dark, handsome billionaire that you're hoping for. Wouldn't that be nice though, Virgo? Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with one another. I feel like this person may come in as a friend first, and you may actually get to know them a lot more than you would a partner, because you are able to let your guard down with them, and because you're playful. There's not a heap of triggering going on because you're so comfortable in their presence. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. My guides are also telling me through this cycle and through these lessons, you may have sort of lost, or you haven't had a lot of fun recently. Everything's been super serious, and you've had to be that way to get through and learn these lessons. But Spirit's saying you're going to really connect with your inner child, and that playfulness and that fun and that sort of awe at life and how magical it is, that's going to start coming back to you. And along with that will come inspiration and spark. So you may find that, you know, you have a new idea to make money. Spirit's saying make sure you act on that. That if you don't at least write it down and act on it, that what happens is we get given these brilliant ideas from our guides or from Spirit. They're out there in the collective, and if we suck them into our brain, they're ours to use. But if we don't, then they sort of just float. I just saw 555 on the screen, so if you're seeing that number, this message is for you. If we don't use them, they sort of drift back out into the collective for someone else to sort of vacuum in and use for their advantage. So don't let opportunity pass you by, Spirit is saying. Okay, on that note, we're going to jump into the tarot and see if this story unfolds in there, or this could have just been a completely separate message. But we'll let the cards tell the story. God, I'm slurring. I swear I'm not drunk. I'm completely alcohol free. I cannot explain the slurring other than the fact that my guides speak super fast, and to get it super fast out, I end up getting a little tongue tied. I don't mind. I'd rather messages come than not come at all, and we just sit here staring at the screen blankly. Okay, so first off, I will be using the Bonefire Tarot. This is a new deck I got. I am absolutely in love with it. I did not need a new deck. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I have nearly 200 decks, but this one's justified because I've wanted it for a very long time, and the artwork is absolutely stunning. Let's have a look. It's very colourful, and it keeps my readings fresh. Now, in saying that, while we're talking about keeping the readings fresh, I'm going to remind you all to subscribe, because the bigger, I might have already said this. I think I did. I'll shut up and shuffle. When you do a couple of readings in a row, you, well, for me personally, wow, this card has come out for everyone. The Knight of Wands. There is a lot of players getting called out at the moment across all the signs. Wow. Okay, what else do we have? So the Knight of Wands is my player card. He, she, the fuck boy, the fuck girl, sorry about my language, but let's just call a spade a spade. They're the people that get their ego fed through other people. And while they may act confident, let's face it, they're not. Hence why they need to find people to feed their ego so that their self-worth is improved. We have the Page of Swords. And this has come out too, the Seven of Wands. This has come out in nearly every reading. There's a lot of fire energy, so you may be dealing with a fire sign, Virgo, which is Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. And you may, the Seven of Wands is the card of having to defend yourself against others, stand up for what you believe is right. The Devil, I swear, I just did the, was it the Aquarius? No, the Leo reading. And these are almost, and you can see me shuffling here. We might even do a nice little split in the deck, and I shuffled before I came on. So you may be dealing with a Leo, and I did say you might have a fire sign. And if you are, go watch that video. But the same message seems to be coming out over and over. I'm also hearing, if you love something, let it go, and if it comes back, it's yours. Or set it free, and if it comes back, it's yours. And if it doesn't, it never really was. I feel like you may have been dealing with someone who was very jealous in the past. The Two of Cups. This is my relationship lover card. Anything on that card that's standing out as I go through? Okay, health is coming up. Someone may need to get their health checked or are going in for a checkup. Now, the devil is addiction. It could be someone who's very eccentric and kind of self-absorbed. We have the Hierophant. This can be breaking out of religious upbringings. It can be, I'm just going to throw out, what else is there? It's sort of feeling up, the energy I'm getting is feeling pressured into getting married because that's what society would expect from you. Sorry, Spirit's telling me to turn this around to have the energy coming in this way. Okay, what else is there? Okay, I'm getting communication with this card. It's speaking up, it's speaking your truth. We have the Empress, which is the ultimate divine feminine. We have the Five of Swords, which is winning the battle, but at what cost? I'm just going to straighten this up. So someone might have been fighting, but at their own detriment, like cutting off their nose in spite of their face, and causing disharmony in the world around them. The devil can, well, I'm looking at the devil can also mean sort of having to rely on your comfort zone while things are tough to sort of help pull you through it. There's a lot of throat chakra stuff coming up. So you may be dealing with a sore throat, with an illness, going back into that health thing. And that Spirit's telling me is you clearing that throat chakra after a long time of not speaking up and staying silent. I feel like everything sort of was pushed down and repressed, and that could be from your childhood too. You may have been the child that was always eager to please. You may have taken on a parental role in your house or felt responsible for a parent, but there is a lot of emotions and thoughts and feelings that you sort of kept to yourself, so you didn't disrupt the peace while the people around you disrupted your peace. Okay, we have the Two of Coins. A lot of two energy coming up here, which can also be decisions. The Two of Coins, I also feel like it's balancing your spiritual self with your physical self. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. That's big changes coming in and your life moving forward. But it's not just happening for any old reason. It's fated. It's time. The next leg of your journey is starting. So let's see what the story is here. We have the Knight of Wands. So there is a player energy. Was this person in your past? Was this person someone you've just recently left? Was this person you? Did you sort of need to sow your oats for a little bit? Now, the Page of Swords is communication. Someone is maybe speaking to you for the first time truthfully. Maybe there was a lot of things you have sort of known that have gone on that you have never really heard. And I'm wondering if almost you're at the point where you're like, I wanted truth, but this is really hard to handle. And I've come so far now, I can't go back. I know this information. What am I supposed to do with it? The Seven of Wands, I feel like this is defending new changes that are coming into your life. And it may match up with this Hierophant here. It's letting go of maybe your upbringing, and maybe the people around you are uncomfortable with these changes you're making. The devil, while the devil is about, things that aren't so great for you, they're also what keep you going. So you might have had a lot of toxic relationships that you were fearful to move out of because they were your comfort zone. And it could have also been, like I said, to do with around parents. Like, while they are toxic to you, they are the people that love you, so you're unsure of where to go with that situation. Like, do you cut off from them, but they're also your source of love and connection and how you came into this world, and it's very confusing for you. I feel like you worry a lot that you're going to bring this energy into your relationships, and you spend a lot of time trying not to emanate the people who you learnt to love through. which is very confusing for a person, you know. Your foundation, your start to life was so loveless, and now you're trying to make your way through the world loving with like insufficient tools. It'd be like building a house with a screwdriver and a fork, you know. It's hard. It's hard, and until you get the right tools, it's going to always be hard. The Empress has come up because I feel like digging into your inner feminine and healing that inner feminine is the way for you to move forward, because that aspect of ourselves, be you male or female, is where it's where that nurturing aspect comes from. So maybe you need to nurture yourself to be able to nurture others. The Five of Swords, I feel like this is people around you that just want to play in that drama, you know, like, you know, when you say something to someone and you mean nothing by it, but somehow they've taken, you know, I like your hair to, and their response to you is, oh, what, didn't you like it before? You know, they're always looking for drama, always causing arguments, always planting seeds in people's heads with gossip. I feel like though that's what this card is. The Two of Coins is you moving away from all of that. It's you balancing out these feelings and emotions. You might also be dealing with another earth sign. Sorry, I'm just having a look. It's rowing your boat down the river and not knowing what's coming towards you, but being brave enough to do it. I feel like you're in a stage of gaining enough boundaries that you don't have to be scared of the unknown, because you know you'll be fine. And that unknown might be this Wheel of Fortune, because the universe is taking you to the next level. It's saying it's time to level up, Virgo, and you're just going to have to work with it, because you're meant for more, is what Spirit's saying. We're going to clarify this story and see what we get. Knight of Wands is clarified with the Death card. No more of your player energy. That is gone, dusted, dead, death. It couldn't be more literal. Okay, Page of Swords. The fear that maybe ignorance is actually bliss. Let's see what that comes out with. It's also the fear of delving into your childhood, because it's so painful. Okay, we're going 3. King of Swords in reverse. Okay. Okay, so this Page of Swords, this communication, is also clarified with the Five of Wands. It's saying let go, like process it, let it in, process it, but let it go. Don't battle inside your head. Don't debate whether it's right or wrong or anything like that. Just observe it. Don't be the emotion, observe the emotion, is what Spirit's saying. Don't take it on as your narrative. Don't make it yours. Let these emotions be a visitor for you, not a permanent resident. We have the Seven of Wands clarified with the King of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is someone who withholds. I feel I'm picking up gaslighting as well. It's someone who withholds information deliberately, so that you feel always sort of uncomfortable. It could be a parental figure being a king. And this is you always having to prove your worth. Okay. Then we have the Devil with, and this is amazing, this is the Ten of Wands, which usually is the card of just carrying too much weight, carrying everybody's weight, you know. But this is reversed. You're putting it down. You're putting down all that crap you've been carrying, all that baggage, you're letting it go. And that's what the addiction could have been. It could have been you were addicted to being the martyr, you know, always almost like altruistic to a fault, you know, being selfless to the point where it was at your detriment, and that was your addiction, and you've let that go. You've realized now that you're going to use your energy wisely and for people who deserve it and don't take advantage of you. Now we're going to clarify the Two of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Empress. There's quite a bit of major arcana here, which does signify big changes coming in and the end of a cycle. And that end of a cycle does match in with the Wheel of Fortune as well. Okay, Spirit. Wow. Wow. Virgo. Virgo, the Two of Cups has been clarified with the Four of Wands. Now, if you don't know tarot, this is like, for me, it's kind of a newer relationship, the Two of Cups. It's something that's starting off. It's passionate, though. But the Four of Wands, and some readers believe this and some don't. It's preference. It's like the twin flame card. It's 11. But traditionally, it also means like a relationship with strong foundations built to last. It's marriage, it's happiness, it's all the amazing things that come from a relationship, and it's healing as well. It's a relationship that heals you. Wow. Okay, so next up, clarifying the Hierophant, we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is the card of anxiety, and we're going to sidetrack for a second. I was listening to Post Malone, an interview with him a couple of days ago, who is making a new wine, and he was actually listening to a tarot reading, and the Nine of Wands come up, and he found out it was the card of anxiety, and he named his new wine after that because he wanted people to have a way to sort of minimize that anxiety at the end of the day with a glass of his wine. But I feel like it's come up for you, Virgo, and it's definitely around that religious upbringing, maybe just, it might not even be religious, it might be that your parents wanted you to become XYZ, they might have wanted you to become a doctor and you're an artist, or, you know, they wanted you to be, to sort of conform to society, but your soul pushed you elsewhere, and it causes you a lot of anxiety. They have a lot of issues, they make snide remarks, they don't understand you, and I feel like you feel like the black sheep of your family because everyone else sort of beats to the sound of the same drum. They're like marching soldiers, all in a row, all matching, and you're on the side in tie-dye with, I don't know, thongs on, and wondering why you don't fit there. Spirit's just jumped in and said because you're breaking that cycle. You're breaking that ancestral cycle. Okay. The Empress has come up with the Knight of Pentacles. So we're going to... Okay. So what this is telling me is that you are a twin flame, even if you're not in a twin flame relationship at the moment. There's a few messages coming out here. They might all be for you. They only might some be for you. If this is resonating, please hit that subscribe. But anyway, so we have all this twin flame energy going on here. We have the Empress, which is the epitome of the divine feminine. But then over here we have this Knight of Pentacles. So you may have been on this journey for a while, is what this card is telling me. You may have awoken to your divine feminine aspect a long time ago, and it's sort of taking a slow movement, or you may have just stepped into it and the other person is taking their time and you're sort of in a stage of waiting. Now this Five of Swords energy, let's clarify that. Let's clarify the Two of Coins and the Wheel. Spirit, that is too many cards. And the Wheel of Fortune. This one's fallen down on top of the Wheel of Fortune, so we're going to leave it there. And we're going to get two more cards over here. How are we doing on time? 24 minutes. Okay. Ooh. Okay. The Five of Swords is clarified with the Page of Cups. I feel like this is a past relationship. It may be up here with this Knight of Wands, but whoever it was very immature emotionally. I feel like they argued with you over everything. I feel like they were jealous of who you hung out with, who you spoke with. I can feel them sort of checking your phone, all these type of things. Yet it was almost like it was a guilty conscience because of their own behavior. They might be reaching out soon. They might also be a Pisces, but they might be reaching out to you soon. I don't think it's any cause for concern. I think you're well able to handle them, but it's just a heads up from Spirit. Okay, the Two of Coins, or they might have just reached out to you. The Two of Coins, they're also watching your social media as well. So it might be something that has gone on your social media that they're going to feel justified to reach out to you for. The Two of Coins has been what's the word? Clarified with the Nine of Cups reversed. I feel like you got this balance because you weren't satisfied with how life was going beforehand. You may have had too much work energy, not enough play energy. Everything was sort of muddled and you didn't feel balanced, you didn't feel satisfied. Life felt like it was living you and you weren't living life. The Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Eight of Wands, and this is a little pre-warning from Spirit to say, be careful you don't resist the changes that are coming in because you're fearful of the change. The thing with the Eight of Wands is she's bound here, but the ropes are so loose she could actually come out of them, but it's almost like a self-sabotage energy. From not knowing her worth, not believing she has what it takes to move forward. Spirit's saying, gas yourself up, hype yourself up, cheer yourself on, and this binding will remove itself. Know your worth and don't resist any of these changes coming in. They are for your greater good. Okay. Now, Virgo, we are going to use the Higher Love Soul Link Oracle cards. These are new too. I promise I'm very deserving. These were gifts bought for myself, but they're little, they're cute, they're different to a lot of the other cards I use, and I thought we'd give them a go. So we're going to go 4 or 20. They've come out, Spirit saying take them. Beginning and fresh start. That is that end of a cycle energy. Moderation and self-control. I feel like you're really good at that anyway, Virgo. I think it's more moderate the time spent in your head and allow yourself to just sort of go with the flow. Balanced partnership, that is what's coming in for you. Lost love, this could be someone from your past. Like I said, if this is a twin flame and you've already been on this journey, they may be breaking that silence. Heavy burden, you're releasing that. Moving on, escape. You are definitely moving on. You're escaping this this past that's been holding you there. New opportunities in love and relationships. I know that I've got a very crappy camera and they're probably not picking that up, but take my word for it, I promise. Unfounded fear, and we already spoke about that, Virgo. We're letting that go. Family support, so make sure the family you have around you are supportive. And achievement and good fortune, that's coming your way, Virgo. This is your year. Okay, on that note, I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you again in a week.